Hi, I'm Clever and welcome back to the Clever Report. Let's talk about the Black Anthem. In the summer of 2020, when George Floyd, died, the unfortunate death of George Floyd, people were rioting. The 2020 was just riots all over. People were agitated. There was racial tension in the United States, and it actually grew all over the world. People were sympathetic. I don't want to go into the schematics of semantics of what killed him, the fentanyl, and every other thing, but a man lost his life, and people should be sympathetic to that. And then the problem is that the NFL found this as a way to virtue signal, find a way to wokify everything in colloquially say, trying to show racial division by making mainstream this alleged black national anthem. So a few days ago, at the beginning of the NFL game by the Cowboys versus the Eagles, the national anthem, the black national anthem was sung, not even allegedly, literally sang before the national anthem. Let us watch the clip, then I'll give you my take on it. Now you see the problem. People were not interested in it. It didn't bring up the spirit of patriotism, the spirit of Americanism. People were just walking around, and I'm sure people were like, why are we actually singing this black national anthem? Do they have a separate national anthem for white people? Do they have separate national anthem for Chinese people, Indian American, Latino American, Mexican American, Venezuelan American, etc.? They don't. But this constant trying to pander to the black community, it doesn't end well because this shows racial division. People are fed up. People are really fed up of trying to bring one rule for the black community and another rule for another community. It's not as if people are hating on the black community, but yes, there was a time in America where there was systemic racism, the Jim Crow era. Everybody knows that. But people that were born in the post Jim Crow era that did not experience systemic racism are always everywhere complaining about it. So there are various comments online on Twitter about what happened. And before that, before I start reading the comments on Twitter, you see that Boys to Men performed the MEM national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. And they stand the last sentence of the US national anthem is very, very powerful. Land of the free, home of the brave. So you see how people were resonating, you see how people put their hands on their chest, people who were happy, people who felt passionate about their country. Let's watch that clip now before I start reading the comments. By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home You see certain comments like, "There's no such thing as black national anthem, or brown or white or red or yellow. There's only one national anthem. And if you cannot show respect to our republic and those who have suffered so much to maintain liberty, you do not deserve to live here. You need to leave. Peaceful coexistence and with followers of leftism, socialism, communism, and Islam is a pipe dream. We have fights coming, or willing slavery under their tyranny." I understand what he's saying. You know, he's not actually lying. I have no idea the NFL was replacing the black anthem with the national anthem with the black anthem. That's wild. I don't even know there was something as a black national anthem. Mind blowing. Couldn't help noticing that many of the spectators didn't seem to be paying attention to the woman as she sang. And respect to the woman, she actually has a beautiful song. She actually has a beautiful voice. She sang very, very well. So it's acceptable to play the black national anthem at the NFL games, but homicide starts by race are not permitted to be discussed in schools because race doesn't exist. This is the problem. When we say 13% of the population commit majority of the violent crimes, people think it's a myth, but it's true. So when you try to put race in front of everybody, people recognize this pattern of 13% of the population committing majority of the violent crime, like something that happened a few days ago. The Ukrainian woman that was killed, and the mainstream media is not even saying anything about it. The mainstream media is quiet about it, but let's not go to that for now. Now there are still conflicting opinions on TikTok. People supporting the Black National Anthem and stuff. So I want us to watch those clips. Then I'll give you my take on them.
Let me say one more thing right quick. The lady who sung the national anthem at the Eagles game, ma'am, you did a phenomenal job. This is the climate for division and racism, and I am sorry that you were part of that. But ma'am, sis, you did a absolutely phenomenal job. Well done. How you kept your composure and you tuned out the negativity and you nailed each note. Ma'am, we love you.
Black National Anthem is what it's referred to. It is Lift Every Voice and Sing. It is actually a song or a poem that was written when Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. So it was all about our freedom, right? And then the NAACP adopted it and it became like the official song. So it became like the Black Anthem, right? And that song is sung like at all the black events and all the black stuff that's about, fighting for our freedoms and our rights and our voice and all of this. Now, this cannot be denied that our voice and rights and a lot of things have been denied to us over the years. And even though there are so many fabulous people out there of all races, there are still some out there that are racist and bigots and rude and mean of all races. Okay. So, I completely agree with that. With all that being said, there is a lot of pride in the song. The problem that I have with saying that we're going to do the Black Anthem before the actual national anthem, which is what the NFL said that they were going to do for a week, makes it seem like there's a separation whether black people are American or not. Now, the end of this song says that we honor God, we honor our homeland, all of that stuff. Well, to be honest, my homeland is America. I've been nowhere else. I am an American, right? I honor my heritage, where my blackness comes from. Fantastic. I'm a Cleaver baby, all of it. But I'm an American, and I'm a God's child first and foremost. And I heard somebody say one time, God looks at us like wheat, and wheat is from every color, the darkest to the lightest. And I love that, and I'm adopting that. I'm keeping.
So I love how the woman was trying to detail everything that happened under Abraham Lincoln and how the song originated, but in a gathering that is meant for the whole Americans or all Americans, this shouldn't be a thing that should have black national anthem. If you are saying in a black gathering, the people reminiscing on in dream plays or something on the old times of what happened when there was systemic racism, I can understand in that context. But when there is a game, in fact, at first, leave politics out of sports. People go to sports to unwind. Forget about being Democrats or Republican, being conservative or liberal. But the constant need of these leftist people trying to always push race in front of everything, trying to politicize everything. Same with the WNBA and even the NBA. This is why these sports activities or sporting activities are actually losing viewership. So it is not right to have a separate anthem. They are all black, they are all Americans. And this further shows division amongst the races in America. I might be wrong. I know people will call me a raging racist or a self-hating black person, but give me your take in the comment section. Criticize me, respectively, and then I will take the criticism. But I still stand on the fact that this Black National Anthem does more harm than good in America. That's all I'm going to say about that.